YouTube, what's good? Welcome back to another video, guys, and welcome to Black Ops 3 in 2021 on the Xbox Series X. Today I have for you guys some multiplayer gameplay on a few different maps using a couple different weapons that were fan favorites in this game. Black Ops 3 now released in November 6th of 2015, making this game roughly almost 6 years old now. In my opinion, Black Ops 3 was definitely one of the better Black Ops series games compared to the newer ones that we have nowadays. And it honestly was a great experience to get back on the Xbox Series X and play some multiplayer. This was my first time hopping on multiplayer in quite a few years now, and I was honestly surprised to see how this game is still holding up. So without further ado, guys, let's hop right into the gameplay so you guys can see for yourself. So my first impressions of Black Ops 3 on the Xbox Series X is the fact that it's so surprisingly easy to find a lobby. I was able to get them consistently with no problems at all. I was playing in the middle of the day though. I don't know if that had something to do with it, but I highly doubt it. I was able to get in different game modes as well besides Team Deathmatch. Some of the other game modes like Domination and Demolition took a little bit longer to get a full lobby, but it was still overall a good amount of people that were playing the game, and it wasn't that long after all. Obviously, over time, we know that less and less people play the older Call of Duties, so it's definitely more difficult to get into lobbies, so that's why it's very nice and surprising that we're able to find them so easily in Black Ops 3 now. Something else that I was able to see right off the bat was the fact how good this game really looks on the Xbox Series X compared to the Xbox One. Overall, the gameplay feels really good and it's definitely very smooth. When I was getting back on Black Ops 3, I honestly forgot about all the wall running and double jumping and all that, so it definitely took some time for me to get the hang of it again. Black Ops 3 was the first approach out of all the Black Ops series games for a very futuristic Call of Duty with, like I mentioned, the double jump and the wall running. And they did a great job with it overall. I mean, this game was a lot of fun. They definitely introduced a few different things, and it was very consistent. Something you guys can see in the gameplay right now was introduced in Black Ops 3, and that was the special ability that each individual character had specifically. Every character had two specific special abilities that were unique to them, and it was definitely a very cool experience to be able to try them all out. You were able to earn your special ability every single game no matter how you were playing, but if you were playing very well, you would get it more frequently and a lot quicker. This was definitely a very unique thing that was added into this game, and still to this day we have these abilities in the newer Call of Duties like Cold War. They just aren't known as the abilities of specific characters, they're known as kill streaks. For example, the War Machine or even kinetic armor can be related to the normal armor in the Cold War. Black Ops 3 had a lot of unique things to it, one of these main things being the Dark Matter camo. As you guys can see, I have it on my guns in the background here. This was basically getting every gun in the game gold in order to unlock it. This was definitely a very tedious task back in the day, especially with all these Black Ops 3 weapons, and it definitely was not easy whatsoever. But compared to some of the mastery camos that we have nowadays in these newer Call of Duties, I definitely think that this Dark Matter stands out and is definitely one of the better looking ones. Some other things that were great about Black Ops 3 would have to be the weapons. The weapons in this game were overall a lot of fun to use and definitely very unique as well. Most of the weapons in this game, if not all of them, were brand new. A lot of the time in older Call of Duties we see weapons brought back right off the bat. With this game, all the weapons were brand new and definitely stood out. Over the time period of the game, they also dropped a bunch of different DLC weapons that you didn't necessarily have to buy, but you had to pull in crates. With this, they brought a bunch of different really cool melee weapons like a sword, boxing fist, and a whole bunch of other things as well. So when it came to the melee weapons in this game, it definitely sparked other games to come out with some pretty creative stuff as well. Something else that really stood out in Black Ops 3 would have to be the maps. They definitely brought some pretty unique and cool stuff to this game that no one was really expecting. They obviously had to adjust with certain maps such as Nuketown because they brought it back to the new game mechanics with the wall running and double jump, which they were very successful with. This was the second time Nuketown was brought back into a Black Ops series game at this point. The Black Ops and Black Ops 2 game mechanics were significantly different from the Black Ops 3 ones, so in order for them to bring back maps like Nuketown, they really had to adjust the map in order for us to play with the new game mechanics on an older map. Something else that was really cool about the Black Ops 3 multiplayer would have to be the leveling up system. If you were able to get to 10th Prestige, after that you were able to level up to level 1000. This was definitely something that was new to Call of Duty at the time. I know it's been brought back in a lot more of the recent Call of Duties, but when it first came out in Black Ops 3, it was definitely very cool. Every 100 levels as well, you would get prior Call of Duty Prestige emblems that you're able to set as yours. This was a really cool addition to Black Ops 3 at the time, and it really encouraged a lot of players to get to level 1000 in order to use whatever prestige emblem they wanted. Me personally, I didn't get to level 1000 because evidently that takes a lot of time, but I did get to like level 200 to 300 around there, so I did have a few different prestige emblems to pick from. Let me know down in the comments comments below what level you guys got to if you had the opportunity to play Black Ops 3. I know there's probably a lot of you guys that were able to get to level 1000. Something else that was really fantastic about Black Ops 3 was the zombies, in my opinion. They introduced a lot of fun and cool maps that were all around pretty difficult, but definitely a lot of fun to play at the end of the day. The DLC maps specifically were definitely a lot of fun to play, like Gorod, Kurovi, Revelations. They were all very unique in their own ways and connected the zombie storyline. This game also added a bunch of different wonder weapons into the game, like the Ray Gun Mark III, the bows, and so many more. Something that definitely comes to mind when I think about Black Ops 3 Zombies would have to be the Zombies Easter eggs. If you guys ever completed any of these Easter eggs, you would understand where I'm coming from. They were just absolutely fantastic in this game. Something else that was really cool with what they did with the Zombies maps was every DLC map that came out related to one of the 4 main characters. So if you went on to complete one of the Easter eggs on one of these maps, you would get the ending cutscene which would relate to that specific character, whatever the map was based on, which was really cool. Something else that was really cool about Black Ops 3 Zombies is a little further down the line they dropped something called Zombie Chronicles, which was very similar to the Zombie Resurrection in the original Black Ops. For those of you that don't know what those map packs were, they were essentially older Zombies maps that were just remastered into the newer games. So overall, I really think the Zombies in this game was definitely one of the best games we've ever had. For one of those reasons being the storyline that came with this game, and the second reason being for all the variety that we had with all the different maps we were able to play. So if you have this game lying around, I definitely recommend going and re-download it, especially if you didn't have the opportunity to play Zombies that much or even the multiplayer. Something to note is this is my original Black Ops 3 Xbox One disc that I was able just to throw into the Xbox Series X and have it download with no problems at all. Overall, it's definitely been a great experience hopping back on this Black Ops 3 game after so long, and being able to find a lobby in the majority of the game modes has made it even better. The game on the Xbox Series X has a boosted resolution, and it's definitely very visible from when you start playing. Something else that's really great about playing this game on the Xbox Series X would have to be the fact that there is almost no load times really at all, so that is something that definitely makes playing this game a better experience overall. So with all that being said guys, I definitely recommend going and downloading this game if you have it lying around, even if you have it on the PlayStation or the Xbox, because with either console it will definitely be a great experience. If you guys did go on to enjoy today's video, definitely drop a like down below and consider subscribing to see some more Call of Duty content. Drop a comment down below of what Call of Duties you guys want to see next on the Xbox Series X, and I can definitely go on and review them and show you what they're looking like in 2021. I've already dropped a bunch of different other Call of Duties on the Xbox Series X, so if that's something you guys are interested in, I'm going to drop the playlist down in the description below for you guys to check out. And with all that being said guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.